is dropping on April 3rd, but the question we're all asking is, will it ever be the same? Today, we tackle this question and decide for ourselves if Warzone's really going back to its glory days. In order to know what Verdansk is going to look like, I feel like first, we have to go back. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're taking a look at some of my older content on Verdansk, specifically 2 solos gameplays, where I don't have a teammate that I'm spouting out nonsense to. So let's go ahead and dive in and check out these older gameplays. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Dude, I got a DM and apparently...
Oh, and I will note these came from my Expel Plus channel, which means it was really, it started out as like an Expel Uncut, right? Which means that I would sit there and have conversations. So I'm curious kind of what my mindset was back in the day.
People don't believe that I'm playing random duos. They think it's all staged.
This still happens to this day.
Because someone DM'd me on Twitter and they were like, hey, Expel, how can I get in your random duos? I really want to play with you. And
I get that every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, when I make random duo content, it's random. It's 100% real. I don't go and grab people from the community. That would defeat the purpose of it being random. It's random duo. This takes me hours. It takes me a long time to find somebody with a microphone.
You know, are they like really random or are they staged? And it's like, what?
What? This is where we're dropping first game in Verdansk, by the way, so get ready for it.
You did not just ask me my random duos or staged.
They're not. They're not. Don't worry. I do have some beef jerky. That way we can enjoy some beef jerky together. Get your snack. Get your popcorn.
Of you to do that.
Oh, the Krig. So much better back in the day. So much better. Rocking the PPS. We literally have these guns right now. Running up on Superstore. My God. I will note the content quality, a million times better now. A million times better now. It's so much better. We record in 4K. We post in 4K. I actually just upgraded my setup for Verdansk. I'm not joking. I got a new CPU, a new motherboard, new RAM. And then I also just got a brand new OLED monitor so that I can see people in dark spaces. So we're all set for Verdansk. I'm pumped for what's coming. Just so crazy to look back and see like 1440p was high quality back then. And now I feel like it doesn't hold a candle to the content that we produce these days.
Got contact.
I will say, man, my lighter beard actually looked kind of banging, dude. Y'all can't really see it. I'll show right here. Maybe hold on.
No, they just thought it was staged in my DMs.
Yeah. People are weird, man. People are weird. Now, we'll know this is the Cold War era of the map. I don't have any like raw, like full-blown solos gameplays on my main channel that I could go back to and look at the OG Verdansk. So we are looking at Cold War. I might go try and see if maybe I'm crazy,
he was
but
just there. That is so weird.
Oh, and I was on mouse and keyboard back then. Oh my God, I almost forgot. Yeah, all on mouse and keyboard. That's why I'm like flicking and I'm like static whenever I flick back.
Oh my God.
That scared me to death, dude. We had 3,000 subscribers at the time. My God.
I don't think that was even him.
COVID was the days, man. COVID were the days. Holy moly. I was so good on mouse and keyboard back then. Now I'm ass. I'm terrible now. Hey, calm down, buddy.
¿Por qué?
¿Por qué? Oh, and my mic equalization, terrible as well. My God, I was a little baby Expel, just learn. I was learning. I was trying to figure it out, dude. Oh, it's just so nice to see now. Hey, do what it said. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We are so unbelievably close to 400,000 on the channel. We are going to be giving away some controllers.
Like, after playing AimLab, I feel really good.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So I was aim training is what it was. I said after I played AimLab.
Like until I can compete on controller, I think it's best that I just go back and forth.
Oh my God. He said the magic words, until I can compete on controller, I'm going to go back and forth. And you know what happened? It took 4 years. No, it It took 3 more years for me to finally make the switch to controller. That's crazy.
This is like next, dude. I feel so much better playing on this. Not like on mouse and keyboard, but I'm saying like playing. I feel so much better playing now that I've
aim trained. Yeah,
I've worked on everything.
It's so interesting.
Like that might have to be like
I used to put so much time and effort into being good at mouse and keyboard, and now like not even close. Like I hop on, it's one game, I'm set with controller. That's it. I don't miss shots, right? And that's because aim assist is busted, and I have great videos on it on my channel if you want to check it out.
Like a thing that happens every day, because it feels good.
I was just like a little baby.
I don't know what
little baby Expel. I did have a
like
banging jawline though, dude. I think I was maybe like. I don't even know if technically I weighed less. I think I just had a very good camera angle that made it look good. Now my angle's like dead on, so I don't look as skinny. It's all good. Happens to the best of us, dude. Happens to the best of us. Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong.
M13, MP5. Let's bring back the M13 real quick.
Yeah, let's go M13, baby. M13 sounds good. Sheesh, your boy out there. Hold on. What if I? Ooh, dramatic pop? No, we're good. We're good. Sorry.
I got the wrong side on this one.
I didn't have any filters on my gameplay or anything like that, so that it like looked better for viewers. So this was just raw what it looked like. And the anti-aliasing back then was so good. Like the sharpness of the buildings, it was so nice. I really miss having no anti-aliasing. It was game changing.
We got the wrong site.
Oh, I want to go back to the map. Go back to the map, stupid. What are you doing? Go back. Hold on. 11.
Wrong site.
There it is, map. Man, okay. So we're around the airport area, right? Or the airfield. I don't know what you called it back then. Airfield. So we were around here. I guess I dropped like over at Absence Apartments. I've rotated over here. It was just so slow, which is very interesting to me because I feel like we remember it being super fast, but maybe it was slower because we had to use vehicles, which I think is a massive difference to what we have now, where it's just like fly on people, fly on people, fly on people, fly on people. I think this is a much better pacing, and I think it's more natural for most people. I don't miss slide canceling 24/7 though. That was ass. That was terrible. I still can't believe people prefer this movement over Omni movement. At least knowing that if Omni movement changed 3 things, it would be perfect. But I guess people don't know how to use Omni movement, so I guess that makes sense. It does feel a little floaty. Feels like it's not as polished as this old movement. What do you call it? Not as responsive. This movement right here was very responsive. Everything felt like it was in an instant that it happened. Look at me pulling out a heartbeat sensor. People think that because I use a heartbeat sensor in solos, I cheat. It's like, no, I use a heartbeat sensor because I like knowing where people are. And if I don't have a UAV, it's the #1 way to find people. God, the M13 was nasty, bro. Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God, it looks so good,
we need
too.
3 times on this for sure. So we'll probably switch out after this.
Look at Expel out here, dude. Freaking doing his thing.
Actually, you know what? I know for a fact that my Ghost class has the correct M13 loadout.
Okay. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. I wonder if I can brighten this up a little bit. No, I don't even have the LUT on.
Okay,
I can't wait to go. Honestly, I cannot wait to go back with the remastered version of this because I have heard about the remastered version of this for so long that I think it's actually going to be beautiful, and I'm so excited to bring y'all raw, like 4K gameplay. I think it's going to be freaking great. I don't think anybody was really doing 4K back in the day, so being able to do it now, I mean, there's like what, like 4 people to do 4K content now. People still do 1440p. I mean, I was ahead of the curve. Like not to, you know, but I was pretty far ahead of the curve in general. Like I hopped to 1440p faster. I hopped to 4K faster. I did everything as fast as I possibly could to get the quality. But I think along the way, I got so focused on quality, I forgot about like interaction. And it like, now that I've kind of found the happy medium, it feels awesome. I love making content now. Even though the game's in such a weird spot right now, it feels great to make content.
This is not bad. Like, I feel like it gives me an opportunity to like kind of show off the aim that I've gotten from doing this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I forgot to drink coffee this morning, so we're chugging. feel like I kind of miss the heartbeat sensor being forced to be your L1, but I wish that it had a battery. Because the way that it is now, it's a little busted. His name was Main Nando. His name was Majin Nando. And I started singing Bailando, dude. I sang that in show choir in high school, so I'm sure this was more fresh. Because I was fresh out of high school. 2016, I got out of high school. 2020 is when this dropped. So it was like less than 4 years before I was full-time being a live streamer on Call of Duty. So I was like fresh out of the womb, bro. And I was like singing my show choir songs, dude. But then again, like streaming is one of those things where you have to constantly interact, even if there's no one there. You have to just spout out crap so that people are like, oh, he's not just staring at the game, right? They have somebody to interact with. And not to be weird, but I don't really miss streaming. I miss y'all. Like, I miss being able to have that instant communication. But the issue is that like every once in a while I'll get thrown in like a Call of Shame video, even now. And it's weird because one, I don't cheat. So when they drop a video and they're like, look at this guy, it's always just me like bitching over the fact that they sent a cheaters to stream snipe me, or they use their own account with cheats on it to stream snipe, which is crazy that people don't realize that Call of Shame did this. But he used to cheat and go in and stream snipe people to get content. I don't know who needs to know that, but it's so funny because that's the reason I don't want to stream. Like, obviously I don't have time. I would rather spend my time at the end of the day with Brooke because I have very little time in a day. I'm making 2 videos a day. I'm putting a lot of work into each one of these videos, and it takes a lot. Clearly, this is a reaction video. It takes a little bit less time, and I had a busy day. Okay, don't judge me. I wanted to go back and look at Verdansk, but you know, look, like the thing about streaming is that I don't really miss streaming itself. I don't miss the negative reactions that I would get from streaming. I do like the instant gratification of I did some cool shit and then everybody in the chat's like, yeah, let's go. That's hype. That's super cool. I don't necessarily miss people handing me money. I love y'all. I appreciate the hell out of y'all. I just want everybody to watch my content. Like, that's where I'm at, because I'll make it from ad revenue if y'all just watch the videos, right? So I'd rather y'all spend the time to watch the videos, get a little value out of it that way, instead of feel like you need to support me financially. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're gonna have ways, if you know what I'm saying, to support financially, but then again, even with that, you would get value. We have merch dropping right before Verdansk. I don't know who needs to hear this, but the designs, I'm telling y'all, I'm so pumped. But man, I don't know. Streaming's one of those things. A lot of people ask me about it. I'm not coming back, bro. I'm not. I'm really not. There's gonna be, my plan for Verdansk is like a stream once a month, realistically, but it'll be planned out. Y'all know when it is, stuff like that. And it'll be on Twitch, so twitch.tv/expel. Either way, let's keep going.
Wonder if it was. Probably was, right?
It probably was. I don't know. I've gotten into black coffee recently. How do y'all do black coffee?
I was getting sniped at for sure. I just don't know where he went.
Do you hear the way that I draw out the words? I was getting sniped at for sure. And the reason why I was drawing it out is because I had, I think it was like Smile Direct or Bite or something like that. It was like one of those like teeth adjuster things. Yeah, I broke one of the retainers, so I could no longer use it. And now my teeth are kind of messed up again. I don't know. One day I'll get Invisalign. I was just like over enunciating certain things.
You telling me it's still laser beams without the commando?
Yeah, I sound like I'm slurring, dude. I'm drunk. You telling me it's still laser beams without the commando? I'm like messing with it. Oh my god. This poor guy, this little streamer, dude. This is before I had all my audio separated properly. Like dude, I would get comments every single day.
He tossed his controller,
saying, "Hey, your audio EQ is messed up. You need to equalize it better, or you need to
my class setup was
change the volume of the game and the volume of your voice." And the issue was that the headphones that I had on right there, I'll show you right here. The headphones that I had on,
I should have taken an extra
were the Bose Quiet Comfort. the QC35 Mark
No,
IIs,
that's not even
and they were
possible. That was
good,
dumb.
but it made it where I heard
That was
things
just dumb on my
differently
part.
than how it actually was. So now I have like studio grade headphones so that I can properly edit my stuff.
I think there
That's why my
may
audio
be a
sounds so
guy
good is
here.
that I equalize it. So if y'all ever wonder why my audio sounds so different, yes, like my audio is slightly different than the base audio. I do like change that beforehand, but that's not the point. Obviously, I don't mess with any game files. I'm not going to mess with the game files because I don't want to do any kind of cheating whatsoever. But I do use the equalizer to make it sound better. But then in Premiere, whenever I actually edit my videos, there's a setting in there that I change so that for y'all, you can hear better, because people just call me out for cheating all the time. But the way that my audio is set up, like if you heard it at the volume to where I want my voice to be heard, then you wouldn't be able to tell where anybody's at. So I kind of have to do something to where y'all can hear what I hear, even if you're on your phone. So I try to do that. I know it's confusing, but if you ever wonder, like, dang, I can hear that footstep left and right. It's like, well, probably because I basically boosted it in Premiere. So, and Premiere is my editing software. Sorry if you don't know. I was just so locked in, dude. Look at my face. He's locked, bro. He's locked.
I'm telling you, you guys need to be practicing your aim. That is insane.
You know what? I miss. Let's actually skip back real quick. I miss this right here. The vehicles used to work like this, and you can't do it now because of the way that they work, and it really pisses me off. So notice, basically, I'm looking a very specific way. I'm looking at 328 right here. You can see it on the compass. I'm looking 328. I know there's a guy over here somewhere. Looking. The loadout disappears. I am centered on that. So when I jump out staring right at it. It does not necessarily work that way now with vehicles, even though it should. I don't know why it's like that or what's broken with it, but I really need to figure it out. And maybe it's a setting that I've messed up, but I've not been able to do this since Warzone 2 dropped. God dang.
I'm telling you,
great centering. Expel.
you guys need to be practicing your aim.
I think I might have been better back in the day. I think I was just really good on mouse and keyboard, dude.
Got a lot of dead body things. As long as we play our cards right, this isn't like a bad game right now.
8 eliminations so far. Yeah, you're doing fine, dude. You're doing fine. You got it.
I just see something.
And it's so crazy, the bar and where it's been set now. You know, like my goal whenever I hop into a game is to drop 25 now. But back then, I was having with like 15, maybe dropping 20 would be great. If I like now, I'm like, man, I don't feel like that can be a super great gameplay if I'm like going for like eliminations, unless it's like 25 to 27. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because we like parachute around the map and stuff, but man, it feels like the bar is so high now for content.
No, maybe not.
Maybe it's TikTok brain. Maybe that's what it is.
How much do we have? $26,000? Yeah. Let's go back and get a UAV.
Damn, your boy's rich.
And a selfie, dude. Selfie be good right about now.
Your boy's rich.
It's crazy what training your hands will do, man.
That's what she said. Oh, bring back the vertical, dude. Vertical was so much better. This bullshit where I'm constantly like buying the wrong thing is really annoying. And it just like, it's not responsive in the buy station right now. I hope they fix so many things with season 3. And I know Raven's been at this for about a year now, but God, I'm just so nervous about it. I want the best for this game, man. I really do love Warzone and I want to see it thrive. I just want the developers and those in charge of it to be as passionate about it as we are. And I know that's expecting too much, to be clear. Look at me! Look at me just shooting this guy out of the goddamn sky. Look at him go! Oh my God! What a demon, dude. I would never take that shot now. I'd take it closer. But I wouldn't take that. To be fair, the M13 is crazy. M13 is crazy, bro. I'm a demie, dude. I'm a sleemy demie.
I think Savage has made some videos on this.
I love Savage.
Specifically. And it's kind of a big deal, man.
The M13? Or handies? What's going on here? What are you talking about?
This man really picked up ghosts?
Expel, what are you on about right now? He picked up, he landed in, grabbed his loadout, and grabbed Ghost. What a guy. I think, honestly, Specialist needs to be taken out of the game. I know it's a wild thing to say, but I think Specialist, it changes the way that the game flows. And how, like, some people just turn into super soldiers, and you know where everybody's at, you know? I think, like, Bird's Eye should also be out of the game. I know, Expel, but what about those ghost campers?
No, I have stuns.
If they're not, like, if they're sitting still, they don't show up, dude. Make it where they have to move at least like 5-10 meters every 5-10 seconds, you know? It's a terrible stun, you ignoramus. That guy's just chilling in a corner. Bro,
jeez, brother.
The way that people used to play back then, you were forced to grab UAVs. You had to hop in, you had to grab a UAV, and then just drive to everybody.
I know I keep talking about it, but like, you guys watched me do that for what? Like,
this guy, he just will not shut up about his aim. We get it, buddy. We get it.
Almost an hour.
People that say I haven't changed,
I guess we take this.
Like,
oh
for
my
the
God.
better.
Apparently there was a dead body there.
I think I've grown up so much, man. I think being able to look back at myself and see the amount that I've grown, like, I am so gosh dang proud. I don't get like cringe. I'm not cringing out here. I'm not like, yeah, this guy was so weird. Oh my God, he was such a weirdo. No, I'm still a weirdo. But like, I think like mentally, I have grown so very much. My like, I wish y'all knew my mindset back in the day. I really do. Like, I had this massive chip on my shoulder, dude. For the longest time, I had a chip on my shoulder because, like, growing up, obviously, you know, look at me, I was bullied. I was bullied in school, especially over, like, me making YouTube videos and stuff in high school. Going into Blackout, a bunch of the streamers in Blackout, still assholes now, but a bunch of the streamers in Blackout were assholes. Doesn't matter how nice you were, how much you, like, praised how good they were, and, like, you tried to support them, they were assholes. So I had to deal with some crap there. And I think all of that, like, culminated into me having this massive chip on my shoulder. And I think, to be fair, that's part of the reason that I was so successful, is because I had that chip and I wanted to, like, put my nose to the grindstone and work my ass off and show these guys, like, show all these people. And now I just don't give a shit what anyone thinks. I think it's laughable whenever people say something or, like, feel a specific way about me whenever I know that's not how I am. So you're just making shit up. Like, you just made that shit up, and I don't even know where you came up with it, bro. So I don't know. It's like, I used to be bothered by things like Call of Shame. Now I just, like, talk about it because I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious that there's some random fucking guy sitting in his basement making videos about streamers and calling them cheaters when there's never been proof about, like, 99% of the stuff that he's done. And then the other 1% were found by other streamers that have nothing to do with Call of Shame. There's no, like, it's so funny to me that stuff like that exists. And it feels good to, like, have that weight lifted. There's no, like, chip on my shoulder or anything like that. I just do what I do, and I fucking love it, bro. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, like, in a good mental space right now. Maybe I'm going to go downhill one day, start doing, I'm just kidding. But it feels so good to look back and know where I was and see where I am now. And I honestly, incredibly proud of myself. I gotta say it.
Hold on.
Go get him. How long is it?
Make sure we're
only halfway through the gameplay, by the way. Only halfway through the gameplay. These games were 24 to 25. I would cut off the intro of it because back in the day, people didn't want to see you flying in. You literally just massive dip in your retention. But man,
the MP5
long ass gameplay.
Because if we're running a truck, we're probably gonna just jump out on people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You do that, buddy.
I thought I saw something, but I did not.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Trust yourself,
There's literally
fella.
no one here.
Oh my God. Okay. Look. Sorry. This is such a. Okay, you see me like. Oh, okay. You see me like grabbing my nose right there. I had a deviated septum. So everybody kept like making fun of me because I would constantly scratch my nose. But it was because I had a deviated septum. So it was hard for me to like breathe through my left nostril. I never knew until I looked in the mirror because someone mentioned it in a stream. And I looked in the mirror, I like looked up there and I could see that my left nostril was basically like blocked off. So I found out that because of all the air like moving and circulating from like the fan and my computers and the dust moving, it bothered me a lot more. Now, don't get me wrong, I'll still itch my nose every once in a while, but it's like normal human stuff. Back then, it was literally because I needed surgery, and I had surgery. I had nose surgery to fix my deviated septum, and I'm a whole new man. To be fair, that's probably why I'm much better off. When you get air in your brain, like when you get some oxygen up there, finally for the first time in your life, you like everybody else. Whoo, that's life-changing, baby. Now I got the nose itches, bro. He's making my nose itch.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Crazy girl.
What about over here?
I'm so excited.
Oh,
y'all remember that lens effect clip at this area?
Prep for area recon.
UAV. Oh, your boy's about to slam this guy. 3. Oh, he went inside. Damn. Damn. If I do mini-map, is that gonna... Oh, it still zooms. Cool. There you go.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So you can see on the mini-map, he's got an arrow above him, so I know that he's above. And now he's on the same level. Same level. You keep... Look at that mini-map. Yep. You see him? He's way back there. Still way back there. Then I'm gonna chow it. Oh, bring back thermites, dude. That's what I want. I want thermies back, dude. Oh my God! Always the third party and always me getting shot. This has always existed, man. That's where I'm at. It always existed. I do not miss my big office with the couch and stuff. Sometimes I miss
like this, dude.
Sometimes I miss the separation of myself from the background. But honestly, I kind of like the awake vibes. Like not, it looks like I was always playing at night.
I feel good with it, bro.
It was also super depressing when I walked in. I don't miss the old setup. I'm not gonna lie.
Gotta be, right?
I did for a little bit, but I don't know. I used to buy every skin, lol, back in the day. That's why like both of my weapons look super cool, is because I used to buy all the skins, but now I just like don't want to because I don't want to support the game.
I really don't.
Audio's so weird on this.
You know I'm here, bro. That's the thing. I'm just not super interested in this gunfight because he's just like super annoying.
I also had an echo. There was an echo in my mic. The equalization of it was terrible.
Okay.
I really do. I think Verdansk was such a good map. I know a lot of people like to say, oh, it wasn't the map, dude. It was the mechanics and the engine. I think it was a map. I'm not gonna lie to you, because people dipped at Caldera. I don't know if y'all remember that. People left at Caldera. I think people loved Verdansk. I think Verdansk was a banging map. I just think that... Now I'm itching my nose. I just think that it took too long to give updates. And had they just continuously progressed the map, I think we would have been good. I wanted a new map. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wanted a new map. I just think that they dropped the ball with Caldera when it launched. And that launch is what killed Caldera. And the peak, like giving peak in Caldera is just a terrible idea. It's what made the map feel so weird back then, dude. I'm gonna get a piece of beef jerky. Y'all,
if he wants to play, we can play. But I'm gonna play it my way. You play on my terms, big boy.
I tried to shoot him through the wall. This guy's cheating. He's a hacker. He's a hacker. Oh, he got out of a gunfight. He's a hacker. Man, when I switched from keyboard and mouse to controller, it took so long to get to where I could maneuver my way out of gunfights. And I think I'm a much better player now.
You're a little bit annoying, but I'll
a much better player now.
I'll bite.
It's funny. The whole reason I actually moved my camera to a higher angle is because people thought I was short, and I got tired of it. I got tired of people thinking I was like 5'6". I'm actually 6'7". Just kidding. I'm 6'1".
I just don't have time for this stupid gunfight that these guys want to have.
When I was in high school and jacked, I was actually 6'4". or 3. One or the other, but I've lost inches. Gained them where it counts, though, ladies and gentlemen. Gained it where it counts, so that's what happens when you grow up. You'll get there one day. Oh, we go to HEB, get this beef jerky. They're good.
God dang it.
It's a Hill Country
he's not
Fair, and it's pretty
bad.
cheap. It'd be like 20 bucks if you got...
Just for a second, let's do this.
What is that other beef jerky? You know, the red bag. Damn! He dropped a
What does
sentry
he
gun? What
want,
gun
you
is this? Damn! Your boy's shooting beams at that guy.
He's gonna spend all my plates, dude.
Mm-hmm. Great awareness. Packet
I'm
loss.
getting a little
W.
lag, too.
Yep. Said it out loud. W. He takes my truck? What a freak. Oh, we had to buy bundles back in the day. Oh my god. It was $1,500 for an armor plate
Is he
bundle.
running?
5 plates. Seems like a better deal.
Airstrike target mark.
PA gets rid of the truck. He's forced inside. So I pop shots. He can go outside. So there's no reason for me to not chow right here. You're taking way too damn long. Oh, I'm on mouse and keyboard. I can't chow that. I'm an idiot. I cannot chow that. I'm on mouse and keyboard.
You goofy goober.
I shot that guy around a corner, bro.
God,
100%.
that was like super annoying on your part, bro. You could have just like left me alone at some point, but like you just...
A little self-awareness goes a long way here. I realize how much of a whiny little bitch I sound like whenever I say stuff like this, and I still do it. But so do you. So, I'm just saying.
Decided to just keep going and keep going and keep going, and it just like... It just got old at some point, you know? There is a guy over here, and I realize this is probably not the best play. I think I just saw a guy in that window.
It's the best play. You've got it. Man, I don't know. I kind of miss the pace of this. I feel like I could communicate more with my viewers back then. I also miss, frankly, longer games because I would prefer to make 50
We're just like
minute
waiting
videos
for that guy.
rather than an hour and 10-minute videos.
I'm not like comfortable right now.
You know what's so interesting? So this shirt that I have on right here, right? Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm gonna just hold on. Just a minute. Hold on. We're gonna zoom. See that shirt right there? Yeah. So that shirt, funny enough, I tried to fit into it whenever I was lighter than I was while wearing it here, and it did not fit. I think because I didn't work out back then, I was a little skinny twig. So now that I work out, it seems like my shoulders are a lot bigger and my chest is a lot bigger. So I don't fit in these things. I thought I was just fat, but after losing the weight, I realized I wasn't. So that was nice. I'm still on the other computer. God dang it. This is the only bad part about having a little switcher from my mouse and keyboard under the table.
I don't want to stand completely still.
And your mom.
Gotta be careful. We've got 12 kills. I mean, we're just going for a 20, right?
Yeah.
Usually the goal.
Yeah. From what I understand, that is the goal. You can do it, buddy. This is kind of the worst area of the map, ironically. If I pull up the map, I'll hopefully show you. Oh man, see that's what I miss about Warzone 1 is that hip fire.
Yeah. I'll take that. Thank you so
That's
much.
the only
God,
thing
I've been waiting
that-
for a heartbeat.
That's the only thing that mouse and keyboard players could do in that close range. So what you do is you'd hip fire, push up, and while midair, like I'd ADS to get those shots on.
whole time. Just like no one had one. Sheesh. Let's go.
So we got
There's
him
a
most
guy in
wanted over
lumber.
there.
We did have a guy right over here. I would guarantee he's probably up inside of there now.
Yeah, I think it's so interesting whenever you look back at stuff like this, you can see that players were always the exact same amount of predictable. So like I say, hey, there was a guy here, he's probably going to be chilling in the towers, which means to me, I probably can't chow that, but maybe if I have a nade or a thermite, I can chow it. But there was no way up. You didn't have zip lines, you didn't have PRDs, you didn't have any way to get up to something like that. So you just have to send it or not send it. I think the buildings now in Urzikstan that are like the fire stations, I think those are much better than the ones we had back in Warzone 1, honestly.
So we'll just kind of push the...
There's multiple ways up is what makes it good.
Yeah. Come on, fatty.
Yeah, look at that. It looks like I'm going to go for it.
Get that little mama moving.
It was so hazy. I wonder if that's because the gas was coming out. Oh, he's just sitting in there. Whenever I get focused in on mouse and keyboard, I'll like put my chin on the on the mic. I did like this. I liked those little holes. That was really cool. Oh, that was him. Little weed ghillie suit.
Look at that, dude.
Guaranteed kill if they have a weed
like
outfit.
The difference right now?
I'm just all excited about this, dude. I think back in the day, at some point, I had a sponsored segment with
Want to get shot in
AimLab.
the back?
So whenever I did that, wait, there is a guy up there? What a freak, dude. So whenever I do that, I'd hop on, and I was really excited to share with people. I mean, anytime I've ever done a sponsor, I really believed in them, you know? Because I'll never...
Us a nice Okay, am I stuck?
I'll never pump something that I don't think is going to be valuable to my viewers. And back then I was sponsored by a company that just made a free software. You didn't have to pay for anything. So I was really excited to share that.
I think we might just go.
But the sponsor flopped because I didn't have enough mouse and keyboard viewers to make a difference. So they didn't sponsor anything else again, but they did donate $1,000 whenever we did a charity stream, which I thought was really cool.
I think there's 13 people left, and playing this just might not be the play.
Yeah, we got to get half of these eliminations if I'm going to drop a 20 here. Why are you driving backwards like that? Oh man, I forgot. I'm so excited. So the berth is supposed to come back and there's supposed to be no water. Do you know how much better Warzone's going to be without water? I hate water. That shit sucks. Ooh, the shot's on. Yeah, stop fighting that. So plans, this is one of the things that I learned after spectating a gameplay from Aiden back in the day, is that he had this thing, and this is why I'm able to drop so many eliminations now, but he had this thing where if he couldn't get an elimination, he's gone. He moves on to the next guy. I don't have time. Let's keep going. So he would try and get as many eliminations as he could. And the way that he'd do that is like, okay, he goes to a tower. He tosses a nade up. He tosses another nade up. Guy doesn't want to chow. He doesn't want to fight the guy. Okay. All right. I'm gone. He gave it like 30 seconds. He was out of that gunfight. And that was such a smart play that I started implementing into my gameplays, and it made me a much better player. See, he keeps chowing it the second that I went to get. Oh my God.
Oh me. Get out of here.
He was such a little freaky boy.
Not having any of that.
He just kept chowing at the weirdest times.
Like I thought he was going to pull it off, dude. That's the crazy part.
I remember almost winning a tournament with a Pellington over here.
He had me, dude. He had
so there's a
me,
Jeep coming up, which is much better than this vehicle. But it's hurting, so shooting it might be good. Oh my God, yeah. How did I even see that? God. 1440p on YouTube is much worse than 1440p like on your monitor.
Low on ammo. We'll just go ahead and rotate out. I don't know if that guy's worth our time.
Ooh, ow. Ouchie wouchies.
Okay. Well, that was kind of annoying.
So I'm gonna pause it here. Let's look at the minimap. Look how many vehicles there were in late game. You do not see that now. You don't see that at all now because so many people just use PRDs and RDBs and stuff like that to get around. Like cars don't matter. So you'll never see something like that unless you see like one dude with an LTV just driving around. So it's interesting to see the difference between then and now here. Now this late game, I might pause a little bit more to kind of take a look at certain things. So I'm just going to apologize because I really want to. Oh, okay. So what I did right here. So that's me. Obviously I jumped out of the vehicle, but what I did is I lined up to that. And what it's going to do is it's going to be looking that direction. And I always do that. That's what I mentioned earlier. But right here, I saw a guy in that back window. He tossed a nade, so there's not really much I can do here. Ooh, a little neck pop. That was nice. That was nice. Now I'm trying to take a high ground position. This is a terrible play, by the way. I heard that guy. God dang, my ears were working back then. Yeah, my audio just wasn't well equalized. Like at all. Just was not well equalized for a viewing experience, which really sucked, and it probably added to the fact that I used to get a lot more accusations back in the day because people couldn't hear what I heard. Plus I'd talk over it a lot. I know there's a guy on the right. I'm assuming there's a guy over there. Everybody, so back in the day, people would always wait super late to rotate because they saw that Iceman Isaac video where it was like, you've got to do the pinwheel rotation. And then everybody started doing it, and now it's like a terrible idea to do that pinwheel rotation because you're guaranteed to die. But if you're trying to maximize eliminations, you're a really good player, then you probably end up doing a pinwheel rotation, you get more eliminations. But if you're a regular player, that's just how you die.
Out of the way. I'll drive. Gas moving in. Enemy UAV overhead.
Yes, sir. Hey, yes, sir. Oof. Good shots, brother. Good shots. Incredible plays, truly.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. I used to like moan at the end of the things that I said. I don't know why, but I'd be like, no. It's uncomfortable. It's way uncomfortable.
Let's go.
Yeah, every time. Every time. That is just... I will cringe at that. I will cringe at that for sure. Durable gas masks. I wish they were more common now. This thing was crazy back then. You could literally just chill in the storm for like 25, 30 seconds, dude. There's just so many knowledgeable people now. I was thinking about it in like Jam Cow sharing information on how to gas play now has changed the way that the game's played in general. And back then, if we had a Jam Cow back in the day, dude, the way that Warzone would play would be so different. The way that information travels now around this game is insane. I mean, maybe not in the lower tiers, but in the higher tiers, like players are just so quick to adjust to the new thing. God, good shot, brother. Good shot.
The M13 just rips, dude.
Now, I will note with my new monitor, you're probably not going to see everything that I do because it adjusts the shadows for me, which is really cool. If you ever want to look for the stuff that I use, I have a link in the description down below. Go to expel.gg and it has my gear on there, which by the way, whenever we launch merch right before Verdansk, that's where it's going to be, is expel.gg. It just rips. But there's a 32-inch version of the monitor that I got this on back order and I had to wait a long ass time for it. So it's not even on Amazon. So I can't recommend it to anybody just yet. But I've got a 27-inch 4K 240 hertz 0.03 milliseconds response time monitor, and it is remarkable.
This
is my first time using it for anything. I played Call of Duty for like 15 minutes earlier on it, and I was like, oh my god, I can see everything.
He's right there.
Oh, hey! Poppy shots here.
There's a guy right there. There's a guy right there.
Oh, okay. Well, the second that I went to zoom in so you could see it, I turned around because there was a cluster strike. All right, so let's check out this minimap here. So as you can see on the minimap, there's a loadout, which is going to block my vision, of course, right on that guy. But then I'm at the edge circle. We've got another guy that's going to have to rotate in here. So my question is, how is this going to play out? Also, I have been able to, if you look at the player count, right here, or the player elimination count. Are my lips pink again? Why are my lips pink? The player elimination count is at 18. I've got 18 eliminations. Remember earlier when I said I had to kill half the people left in the lobby? It used to be so much easier to do that because of the way that people played. Now everybody's a demon.
I didn't really want to fight anybody just yet was the thing.
Ironic.
These guys are making it difficult on me, for sure.
Gas is moving in.
Guaranteed win, right? Guaranteed win. He's a demon. He's a demon. It's so funny. Back in the day, I used to make a video talking about a weapon, and I never put the class in the video, and people get so pissed. It's just extra work, and I didn't have time for it because I stream and I make content on 2 channels. Now I don't stream, and I just make better content on 2 channels. I just have more time to spend on this, and then no time to stream. So it's all about the way that you... Oh, and then the gas mask.
Oh my god,
I died for that.
Yeah, okay.
I do not miss that. I do not miss that. I don't miss gas mask being absolutely broken. That sucked. That was terrible.
18 kills and I died to a gas mask.
My
Isn't that frustrating,
god,
man?
dude. That is crazy. But don't worry, I've got one more gameplay, and what I'm gonna do actually is just kind of skip to the end of it. That way we can get right in there. So I'll pull this up right here. We'll just kind of hop through at the end. I've got 9 eliminations. If I'm not wrong, I don't get too many more, but we've got a Swiss right now. We're using a sniper. I kind of wanted to showcase the sniper and showcase a different area of the map. So right here, we are at airport or airfield. What the hell was this called? I don't even, military. We were at military. Military. Okay. We were at military right here. And back in the day, man, you'd have infinite range on every sniper, which was super sick. Even marksman rifles like the Swiss and the Kar 98K, because they were treated as sniper rifles. And this was current. This was like where the meta was to drive around in a Bertha. See that guy just die?
What? What? What happened?
So interesting. Poor guy just died.
This is like all you have to do to win solos.
Is this actually? Yeah, it's turned up all the way. My audio was not equalized very well. My God.
Grab a truck.
Grab a truck.
On the edge.
Run the edge. Why was I doing this? What an inch. Oh, I got an assist. And it said, notice that it said elimination, by the way. So back in the day, the elimination still existed in the capacity that they did, where it would say elimination, but you wouldn't get the kill. So even in solos, you would get that assist and it would count as an elimination, but now they show that metric. And it's the metric that they do your elimination death ratio on so that you feel better about it. Congrats on your participation trophy, buddy. Like one of those situations. You just had to play it so much more like tactfully. You had to think so much more back in the day because of the way that it was played. And to be fair, I was on mouse and keyboard, so I couldn't just chow everything in close range. So what I do is I'd put a distance between myself and the other players so that I'd have the advantage, because controller players, worse at a distance. Mouse and keyboard players, worse in close range. So what I would do is play to my advantage, which is that distance, which was super great for me. Interestingly enough, it is still very dark on this. But the dynamic lighting now sucks ass. I'm not going to argue with it. Like, it is terrible. I've got dead silence on. Oh my God, I don't miss dead silence. Listen how quiet it is. Almost dead silent. And you know what? The skins back then, also very hard to see, interestingly enough. I wonder what that skin is, though.
Thanks, bruv.
Thanks, bruv.
Appreciate the car, bruv.
Bruv? Who did I watch that said bruv? Oh, somebody just got shot. Don't you miss
stacking up vehicles here,
playing and doors couldn't be shot open? I don't know if that's a better mechanic now than it was back then. Like, I don't know if I'd prefer that doors be able to be shot open, but man, I almost like that.
That guy died?
Players could just chill and you'd have to push up. But then again, I guess as a higher tier player, it's probably better for me. Oh my God, the jump shots. The jump shots. There was no penalty. There was no penalty for jumping. So you could just jump and it would be directly where you aim. Now it's different per weapon. That is so much better. And I still have the Jeep. The Jeep is like a little truck, you know? It was like a little baby Bertha.
I feel like there's gotta be like a guy.
See, this is game sense right here. This is where a lot of people get confused and they think, oh, Expel's cheating. Is that I check the edge of the map. So if you look right here, it's like, hey, there's all this right here. There's a bunch of area. Hold on. Do I have my mouse? So we've got this area right here, right? All this area right here that's unaccounted for. I know there's a guy here. I know there's a guy somewhere over here, but that means there's one other guy that's hiding this side of the map or somewhere near here. So my thought is I've got to find that guy, because if he catches me off guard, I'm going to die. And I don't want to die. I would love to live. That would be my goal, is to live. So that's what I'll do, is I'll hop in a vehicle. I give myself the advantage by putting something between me and the enemy, some kind of like cover, which is, oh, I see a guy right in front of me, which is that vehicle in that case. And it makes a big difference being able to do that. Legitimately, you could not hear my game. This actually like kind of peeves me. I had one dude that would come in all my videos and say your audio EQ needs to be adjusted, but he'd give no explanation as to how, and we didn't know how to fix it because we were barely like figuring things out. Was that a Terminator skin? Am I crazy? It looks like a Storm Shadow. Storm Shadow? Oh, his name was Storm Shadow. I'm a dummy. I'm a big dummy. I'm sorry. So what was that skin?
We're just gonna keep killing each other, dude.
I bet it would look incredible in 4K though. I really need to go back. So I saw Iceman Isaac played a specific thing, and I really want to do that as well. So we might go try that sometime soon.
Nothing I can do to fight it.
Nothing I can do to fight. I guess my lips were always that pink, dude. I don't know if maybe they're pinker now.
What in the god dang is going on here?
What in
There's
the
three
god
players.
dang?
Wait, are they both inside?
Are they? I mean, they physically have to, brother. They have to be inside. There's really no other option here. Battery's right outside that wall. But one can be inside in one corner, one can be inside of the other corner. But now I've got the vehicle so I can rotate around here. God, the game was so much better. Like, it was so much more tactical, you know? You had to play specific ways to get the win. And if you didn't play that game, like you didn't play that way in the game, then you were chalked. And that was kind of the beauty of it, is that you were forced to play in very specific ways instead of just full sending everything. Do I lose this? If I lose this, 2 losses in one video would really suck. I was on 19 in that last video, or 18 in that last video, and I couldn't get 20. This is crazy. Oh boy got lost. Oh boy got lost. My God, ladies and gentlemen, if you're excited for Verdansk, I want to hear it in a comment down below. Either way, thank y'all so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Make sure to subscribe. Go to expel.gg. Grab yourself an aim controller, an Expel Pro controller. You're gonna love it.